Hey everyone, I'm Rather Incoherent, back with Operation Feral Sentinel, an appropriately named mission because we are going up against the Hive for the first time. Expect a lot of chrysalids. We're doing this to delay rural checkpoints, which, you know, does something bad. I forget what. I could check, but we want to go on all the missions, stop all the dark events anyway. That's how we dig ourselves into fatigue spiral holes every single supply drop, and I've got no intention of stopping now. It's going to be a difficult mission. The Hive is scary, but at this force level, I think it'll be pretty manageable. Now for the units going on the mission, we have a Templar, Combat Engineer, Combat Support, or Field Support rather, Marine, and Marksman. Except for Erratic Aardvark at Squatty, all of these people are Corporal or above. In fact, except for Pure Mischief at Corporal, we have 3 Sergeants on the team, and then we have the Mech Boys in the back. Our Artillery and Infiltrator are both still Squatties. The Artillery is fresh off the assembly line, and we're pretending that Dread Mechanism is because we don't want to talk about his last mission. And sadly, Fiberjohn's a little bit too beat up right now to bring on this mission, so we're bringing Decoy Express instead, as the only healing we're going to have is like 2 charges of repair here. We don't have a proper tech specialist on the team for this one. Now, something I could do is I could come over here and invest some AP into my Templar. And in terms of their abilities, I don't really care about giving them an extra grenade or letting them throw it as a blue move. Those things could be theoretically useful, but I don't think they're worth my AP. I think I have much better things to spend them on in the near future. The only thing I'm really considering is Castigate, specifically because very often it will be the case that my Templar can't meaningfully interact with the Chosen, but I could use Brand, which I always forget to do, to debuff them and give them a higher chance to be hit and a greater damage when they do get hit. And then in addition to that, if I were to take Castigate, it would help mitigate their chance to hit and crit us by 10%. But I think it's so far from being useful on this mission that I'm going to hold off on doing it. There's nothing else here I'd really consider buying. With that out of the way, our gear looks pretty normal. We have AP rounds and a medkit on our sniper as there is no medic. It's the only strange thing happening here, and I think it's time to get right into it. So let's go see what our first encounter with the Hive is looking like. And while we're on our way to the mission, that'll be a great time to like, subscribe, and all of that other YouTube algorithm nonsense. Alright, so it's been mere moments for you, but it has been over an hour for me as I tried to troubleshoot this mission. This is a confusing one, because this mission was spawning with no enemies. There'd be like a single turret up here, and these guys wouldn't be here. And these are actually appropriate enemies for Force Level 5, but don't be tricked, we're not playing at Force Level 5 right now. For some reason at lower force levels, no enemies spawn on this map. Thanks to Rusty Diaz and the console command to dump the log, which then explicitly tells me the weights for all the units, including that these Frost Chrysalids and Chrysalids Hive drones and all of that are at force levels where I should spawn leaders and followers with this sitrep on this mission. But it just doesn't for some reason. I have no idea why. And then when I turn up the force level to 10 like I have it now, they do start spawning. Interestingly, chameleons start spawning, which don't spawn till 12, so they shouldn't be here at 10. And I haven't checked the upper force level limits for these guys, but there's a decent chance that the Frost Chrysalid shouldn't be here, and there should be like a Frost Chrysalid tier 2 here. I don't know what's going on with this mission, but my least fucked solution right now is to do 2 things. One, I'm going to update my tweaks mod to make this mission stop spawning until force level 10, when it will actually generate enemies. The other one is that for this mission, I'm playing it at force level 10. Skipping the mission screws me over tremendously. Doing the mission with no enemies is obviously unfair and gets me out of the fatigue spiral in a big way that I didn't earn. So this is the closest to fair. We just have to fight a couple of force level 12 chameleons. How bad can it be? It's gonna be bad. I'm gonna regret this decision by the end of the video. But for now, let's get started just by running forward to the edge of the roof on a Marine, and then as far forward as we can get them with the rest of this move. I think I'm okay being in the open. It seems I've got eyes on something, but as they're all melee units, I'm not too worried. We have a Hive drone, a Ripper. Hive drone, Ripper, Hive drone, Ripper. That's a big pod, but you wanna know something funny? This is the sort of pod I should have been seeing at Force Level 5. Rippers and Hive drones are both available at that force level. I don't know why they weren't spawning before. The good news, though, is it's 100% not my mods causing this issue, because even turning them off and rebuilding my configs, I continue to have this issue. I'm going to be leaving my sniper and my spark up here for, well, obvious reasons, I guess. I'm considering leaving this unit up here, but I don't feel like I need to. I'll run them forward as well. My Templar obviously wants to be as close as possible. I want to keep my field support a little bit further back so that they can reload the gun on my artillery. And they'll still have high ground bonuses from there, so I guess that's a fine location. And of course, Decoy Express runs forward. Let's see if that pod moves towards us or if we get the ambush on it. Of course they move towards us. Yeah, that Ripper's seeing us. It's fine, they're just giving us accuracy bonuses by getting real close. Alright, what's that one doing going backwards? Alright, 2 of them appear to have burrowed. 1 of them ran away. First things first, who's in the most inconvenient position that this is able to see? Well, I mean, I'm not going to shoot the tiny guys. It's pretty obvious the chrysalid drone in the back here. That is such a chonky, satisfying gun to shoot. Good job, Macro Machine. As a reward for your wonderful performance, you can have another bullet in your gun, because I'd rather you not spend your whole turn reloading that thing.
Such inefficient design.
Now, as I'm obviously not moving here, I may as well start taking shots up here. Neat thing about the little Rippers, they give you the same headshot mechanic as the Lost do. 96 is higher than I was expecting it to be, but I'm more than willing to take those numbers. As I can't see anything else, I want to Overwatch here. We have one more Ripper over here. Can you shoot this reliably? I wouldn't call it reliably, but... there you go. Now, we have one more drone pretty far back. If I move out to here, I have a shot on it. That seems sensible to me. Dread mechanisms at no risk if I'm triggering burrowed enemies. That's the thing. I don't know if these enemies trigger when you get near them like a normal burrowed enemy would, or if they have different rules, or if they're able to move while burrowed. I really don't know. This is my first time really experiencing the Hive, so we're gonna see how it goes. Poorly, because dread mechanism's involved. Right, you're cursed. I forgot about that.
On your order.
Well, let's go try that again. He's looking like he might get to live, so just suppress him. Real quick, what are you on? Is 0%. I remembered for once. Because at this point I'm expecting him to run forward and get a hit, so I may as well do my best to minimize the damage it'll deal. Decoy Express, are you okay? Why are you this slow? Just run in front of these people, so that if they come for somebody, they have to come for you as you have the most armor. Run to the back here on my Templar and Overwatch, just pile everyone up. It's not like chrysalids have grenades. At least I certainly hope not. If the Hive gave chrysalids grenades, I'll be very upset. And here I'm just overwatching because Pure Mischief has the long rifle, so you can do some really good work with that. There's some more chrysalids on the objective, and oh, the reason we're going all the way over here is to see the assassin. Of course she's here. Alright, let's see it. Not this. I don't care about the assassin's monologue. Let's see what the rest of the chrysalids do, if we attract more with our gunshots, whether or not chameleons show up, what Burrow does. Alright, I think they did burrow over here, so that's correct. I should F1 these Rippers if they live. One of them certainly didn't. Does Overwatch Lost headshots work with Rippers? Because it's just the headshot mechanic triggering it? I don't know who landed the first shot. I don't think it was a shotgun, but it could have been. The Overwatch at least hit, even though it dodged. Very fast, but you're going the wrong way still. Oh, you're going the right way. Alright, this is exactly why I moved the Pioneer to where he is.
Then they will die.
Reflex action. Wait, what are you two doing?
There is no place.
What was that?
I cannot.
This Hive drone has crystal immunities of Vault, Hydrone Slash, Burrow. It can move while burrowed. It won't take explosive damage when you target it with an AoE while it's underground. It can surface to attack. The Ripper just hit it, and the Ripper has a poison that gives -2 ability for 2 turns. Slash an enemy. Nothing here says anything about reflex actions, guys. Your health bars are different colors. Are you not on the same team? I mean, I saw you just hit each other. I wasn't sure what was going on, but for some reason this Ripper and this Hive drone are not on the same team. Like, actually, I think this is the intent. I think you're supposed to have chrysalids on different teams. Just like, not Frost Legion. And the reflex actions was really throwing me off. Let's just not worry about that. Let's shoot people. I don't think this thing can be in cover. 8 is unfortunately the magic number for this to not be too good, but I'll still kinetic strike the guy. Nice dodge.
Limited damage projections.
We want to move forward with our shotgun for the 1-tap at this point. Of course there's a mysterious fire there. What? What's on fire? Why something on fire? You punched! I'm so confused, XCOM 2, why are you like this? It's fine. Nothing weird is happening.
I got it right. Value.
Oh, this guy only has one shot left in his gun. He's only shot once. His Overwatch did go off twice, meaning that headshot is the trigger, not targeting a loss. So yes, I have the Overwatch headshots against Chrysalid Rippers as well. That's very good to know for the future. Over here, I can slash this Hive drone, which seems pretty decent. I'm sure somebody can handle the Ripper. And I would like to be building focus on Gentle Blade. Come on, Memento, I believe in you. That animation is just needlessly long. I'm gonna fall back to here instead of up because I'm worried about somehow, you know, just getting caught. Better to do this on my sniper. Her gun takes far less effort to reload if I need to. Then we just take an Overwatch. We probably Overwatch here as well, unless we can run forward to a different high ground. It could be worth running forward, even though I'll be losing high ground here, so I can throw grenades. I'm gonna Overwatch for this turn. Reload and Overwatch here. Reload here and Overwatch. And move forward just a little bit on my Marine and reload. If that had pulled, I would have been ashamed of myself. I just assumed my Templar had gone through this area and that I was safe to do that. Alright, we have Frost Chrysalid. Dude, this is another totally normal pod that should have shown up at Force Level 5. If I had said nothing, you might not have known I set this to Force Level 10. What's wrong with this mission? I'm gonna have to, like, take a deep dive of how this sitrep works to try to understand what broke here. Because just setting it to Force Level 10 as a solution is pretty messy.
Get a little toasty here.
Alright, so we have a big pile of dudes. We aren't quite in perfect range for our Pioneer, but we're pretty close. We can probably get at least one of them. There's the turrets, forgot about him. For some reason that triggered a Hive drone in there. Okay, he just came up. He didn't actually attack. Now, this flamethrower is pretty good. It'll do good damage to... Actually, that Hive drone's already injured. So that's just 3 kills, yeah. Rippers are small, the Hive drone's damaged, and the Frost one in the back is fire vulnerable. So yeah, that's all of that neatly solved. Now, once again, we'll be taking Macro Machine Shot here. Very satisfying gun. At this point, I think they're getting out of range. I think I want to resupply the ammo on Macro Machine, resupply on Pure Mischief, and just sprint forward. Which means that on Pure Mischief, I want to shoot first if I can. I cannot. That's realistically fine. I'll still resupply the ammo on her anyway, and just sprint forward on Rambler. We have 2 alive on the Chrysalid team right now. Do I know which ones those are? Nope. No idea where they're at. Gonna run forward to here. Yeah, I feel safe doing this. I'm gonna run forward to here on Careless Rambler. Go over to Dread Mechanism, move forward in front of them. Just making sure that I have clear targets between the Chrysalids and my squishier dudes. I could shoot that. It's not bad. But seeing as it is Frost vulnerable and there's another Frost Chrysalid behind it, I mean... This just feels like the right way to handle the situation. There's a Hive drone. It's probably in range of Halibut, but it only deals 3 to 4, and Halibut is a Sergeant Combat Engineer. He'll be fine. You know what? Go ahead and see what the half rewards are. They're both Blitz, Squad Blitz, but I don't recall what that does. 1 free use of Run and Gun, huh? I think I would rather Overwatch. On Aardvark, I'm going to move forward back here, a little bit further away. I don't want to be too close because there are range penalties on the cannon. Going to Overwatch on my Sniper. Going to Overwatch here on Dread Mechanism. Gentle Blade needs to get close, but not too close on account of the whole Chrysalid issue. Alright, let's see what's next. He's burrowing, so once again, we just need Overwatches for when he comes up. There's another pod right here that's probably running into us. This has been a completely normal Force Level 5 mission. I could just edit this video cleverly, and you would not know that I've had to troubleshoot this, and that we're playing at Force Level 10 right now. I'm honestly just wondering if the last hour was a fever dream and I've ingested some drugs without knowing it at this point. Because this looks like what I thought the mission was supposed to be going in. Alright, there's the assassin. I'm actually not sure why she's revealed. She must be flanked by a chrysalid team enemy? Which means there's another pod back there, right? Oh, that harbor wave could be gross. It could be hitting 3. I'm hoping it's just hitting 2, but... Hey, it only hit those 2. Good, good, good. That's really helpful. I don't like that it knocks them out of cover. That's terrifying.
There is nowhere to run.
Alright, this episode is just absolutely cursed. So, it has started storming. A while ago, it thundered so hard all my monitors flashed, and the ending of my footage for that session recording is corrupted. So I'm going to be replaying this turn, and hopefully my power manages to stay intact for the rest of this mission. This is probably the most difficulty I've had recording something in a long time. Now, very important, we have to get these 2 people off the ground. They're not able to be picked up by sparks. I tested this in the previous version of the turn, so I'm not going to waste my time testing it now. That just means that I know for a fact I need to use my Combat Engineer and Careless Rambler to pick them up. We have to pull this Overwatch. This Overwatch is terrifying. I'd rather shoot the Overwatcher, and something I've been just forgetting to do is I haven't braced my sniper, so I'm just ashamed of myself. The only thing I left to do this turn is to lead the target here on the assassin, because like I'm not going to be shooting rippers or like taking a low percent out of the heavy turret. The low percent of the heavy turret is very much the job of this. This is a 60%. If it lands, it won't do that much due to the 4 armor it has. And by the way, this is the one thing on this mission making it clear I am at forcible 10 is this turret. Damn shame.
An uncharacteristic mistake.
Actually, yes, that was an uncharacteristic mistake. I was gonna start talking shit, but that's because I thought it was dread mechanism saying that it was uncharacteristic. Having missed that, my options now are basically just rockets. I'm okay with just rocket. I'll reload and kill it with a rocket. I don't know that this kills it. If I kill the floor tile beneath it, it's dead. At least it's breaking the Overwatch, though. And it's dead. Good, good, good. So I need to fall back on Halibut to pick up my Templar, and you're not supposed to be here, Mr. Drone. Alright, we pick up the Templar. That's still happening. I'm not sure there's any way for me to play this turn the way I was intending to. Oh, we can take the slash and then reposition with momentum. Very, very nice. Okay, that's not too bad then. In that case, I can just take the shot here to set it up and move my Pioneer in front of my Combat Engineer just like I was planning to originally. Over here, we take the slash and then we fall back. Simple enough. Okay, this turn could definitely be going worse for having found a chrysalid between all of our soldiers. We fall back to here. Over on Careless Rambler, we run forward and pick up Aardvark, because, you know, the whole kidnap / information stolen outcomes are not really acceptable. Revive, and what's left in the turn? We have Rambler's action, and then, like, we have to give cover here. So Decoy Express isn't really doing much this turn. It's just going to be an Overwatch. Aardvark is falling back into full. No, it would be helpful, probably? Dropping a battle scanner between me and the assassin. I don't need to have it on top of her. Maybe, like, right here. I'm not really worried about chrysalids, honestly. I'm way more worried about the assassin. Let's just make sure she doesn't stealth and wander away. The big thing is I can't afford to have her just... I'm sorry, were you there earlier? No, you weren't. I'm sorry about this, Aardvark. You seem to be having a rough first mission. Oh yes, I remember this. Chrysalid Rippers can just burrow into missions when the sit rep's appropriate. That's like not an enemy we saw before, it just appeared here. And then died here. Apparently they're fire vulnerable, not that it really matters, because, you know, 1 health.
1-5, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Move.
Bradford. Chrysalids. Assassin. We're not doing the objective right now. There's a million things going on. Do you see this madness? Alright, the Rippers are really not too threatening, only hitting for 2. The main thing is there's just a lot of them and you need to make sure that you don't get, like, in a position where you're taking careless wounds, like that one. Easy. Easy game. Good job, Templar. Oh yeah, lead the shot with AP rounds. Very good, pure mischief in the back there. Wait, what are you... Oh, right, yes. Did you just kill him in one hit? That's lucky. Right, does the assassin just get upgraded based on force level, or do you have to go through specific things for them to upgrade? I thought this was our previous assassin, and I'm pretty sure it is. You can just roll a 7 on that sword? Shows in mag sword 5 to 6, crit for 2, so it hit a 5, crit for a 7. Fair enough. We've got a med kit, but we also might be finishing this before it matters. If that is in vision here, I can just bring it down as a free action with a pistol. It's not really guaranteed, but it's the best thing you're doing. Like, getting that done without costing anyone else an action is very important. I can kill this, get my action back. Again, it's the only way to do it without making sure someone else has to do anything costing an action. Now this Hive drone, we already know we want to deal with that. Oh no, that is a problem, isn't it? Well then, this is precisely what I was talking about earlier, where you can easily find yourself in situations where the artillery isn't contributing easily. We can overdrive, reload, shoot the Hive drone, or we can run forward and gas grenade. If we run forward, we will not be able to reach the assassin, so we are going to overdrive, reload, and shoot the Chrysalid. There are a couple animations, namely overdrive and momentum, that just take way too long for no reason. 90% to solve a problem. Very nice.
Efficiency is my specialty.
Here I want to reload and suppress the assassin, but I'm not in vision of them. Here I just want to shoot you, I think. I think we're going for the kill on the assassin this turn. We can easily get Careless Rambler out of here. We have to blue move this round. We can't do anything else. I'll take this 81 and then blue move forward, or even dash forward. No one else is really doing that ever, and it's probably going to be in range to get a wound on somebody. So I can run to here from that position. Next turn I can move up somewhere and heal Rambler. That's the only sensible thing to do in my opinion. Now the issue is, how do I blow up your cover? Could you stop appearing beneath me like this? This is a serious inconvenience. Like, the first couple times it was funny, but at this point I really need you to stop. I still got my Common Engineer's rocket. I can do that. I can't really, well, leave this guy alive. He has to go down. I think that just means it's overdrive and shooting then, right? Yeah. It's overdrive and shooting. We can kinetic strike if the odds are better, or to improve our odds on the next shots. 84 compared to a 75. This hits almost all the time that we would hit with our normal shot, and the big thing is it gets us to a position where our next 2 shots will be more or less guaranteed. What is this? Guys! How many of you are down there? What the fuck is happening? It's a clown car beneath the ground. Right, maybe we're not dealing with the assassin this turn like I've been saying. Maybe we're just, like, taking a shot here to guarantee the kill.
It's dead. It has to be dead.
Now, you still have a shot. You have 66s on the assassin. That's not bad. What else are you doing, really? Very nice. Glad to see it. Let's see if we can't manage it a second time. We definitely cannot with low profile.
Soulless constructs.
But I will just take a suppression instead.
You have to do better than that.
We've got the damage here, but we need someone to follow it up with. I kind of want to just go for the kinetic strike here, but it's not even very likely to hit. We've already got a suppression, so I think I actually just run here and point blank the Hive drone. Oh wow, it's 7 to 9. I thought it was better than this. If you could just, like, high roll this, thank you. Like, we had ways to follow that up. We have the Templar here, but I thought that was gonna be guaranteed. I've got eyes on the assassin, so I should have done this at the start of the turn. I think I'm going to be empowering a brand on them to give us a massive damage buff going forward. It just seems like a sensible thing to do.
Have my confidence.
It's gonna result in more damage than the energy being on the Templar, at least.
There will be no mercy for you, Templar.
And then for our yellow move, we can just run forward a little bit. Decoy Express is the odd one out, where, no, I can participate. I can run here, Flamethrower with Overdrive, Flamethrower again, and then walk back because of my reflex action. Getting Burning on her is also going to represent a lot of damage because she's going to be alive for at least 1, maybe 2 more turns. Yeah, just crit for 8, that helps. To some degree, Brand is helping there, I'm sure, because it's increasing our hit chance, our crit chance, the damage on a roll. I can live with that. Get back in position, make sure Halibut doesn't get shot in the face with a shotgun. Oh, the suppression landed. Unfortunately, you're not a Marine, so the suppression is done now. Oh! You stood still and shot. Nice. I need to move up to here and fix Rambler before they die. It's kind of important. I don't have to fix them this turn. I can Shadowfall if I need the guaranteed damage, so let's not be hasty here. I think the thing to do here to maximize our damage output might actually not be to reload and shoot. It might be reload and then hollow target. Because Rambler's not going to be doing it, that's for sure. So yeah, reload and hollow target. Brand lasts for 2 rounds, doesn't it? I need to check that. It doesn't list how long this lasts. I'm just going to guess it lasts forever, and that makes me feel good. We can get around to the back and slash them. That's pretty solid. We can run in and kinetic strike them with a 92. That's looking solid. We want to find an opening play that deals any sort of tread to it, which isn't happening, and they're out of range, so I'm going to run forward and reload. Macro Machine still did really well for the couple of turns they were participating. Here, I can launch my rocket to clear up any potential angles of cover it has, as well as to get this last point of armor. That'll give me a shot here. I've already got the shot here, so let's just take this. It's the sensible thing to do. Very nice. And it's probably just dead, so I don't think I need to suppress it.
Superficial wounds to slow my advance.
Let's go next with our kinetic strike here. God, Brand plus Hollow Target makes this so much more manageable. It turns out you beat low profile by just starting to use debuffs. Something I've heavily neglected in my campaigns up till now. But yeah, that's the assassin down. There are allegedly no more chrysalids left. And that means that we are free to make sure Careless Rambler doesn't die this turn. Once the game finishes hanging and the assassin gives us her little monologue. Oh, and Gentle Blade also needs to trigger momentum. God forbid we actually play the game. We can now use Stabilize on Careless Rambler. You were once a part of the A-team, I'm not gonna let you die on the ground here. Although, God, try not to hit for 7 next time, man. That's all I gotta say about that. I can move forward a little bit, but I mean, honestly, most of it just feels like danger. I'm gonna move back to here. Move forward and Overwatch my Common Engineer. I guess just Overwatch here. Overwatch here. Of course there are more lids. Why wouldn't there be? Aardvark just got fucking killed from enemies spawning under her and dealing damage to her. And there's no chance for them to Overwatch them. Oh shit. I'm gonna turn off the Overwatch change mod. I just realized the reason we're not Overwatching them is because this is the first tile we see them. Which does not work as a game mechanic change anymore with the Hive mechanics. The Hive mechanics are assuming that you know they're underground and you can Overwatch them. But you literally cannot do that if you have this mod installed. So I have to uninstall that mod. I'm gonna be honest, Aardvark probably was gonna die anyway. I'm not very attached to him, so even though that's not a particularly fair death for Aardvark, we're gonna let that stand. Can you get Vengeance though? Only a 70%, but I mean if you land it, you land it. Yeah, you just hate chrysalids, I guess. I can live with that. Maybe Aardvark can't, but everyone else can.
Menace 1-5, we're not picking up further contacts near your position. Site is secure. Move on the target before
Here I thought we
the
got
target
through
is
this,
detonate.
like, deathless relatively easily, and Aardvark's just going down to attacks that I literally don't even have an ability to interact with. Unfucking
Menace
fortunate.
1-5,
Alright, mission accomplished. No one important died. Yeah, sure, booster hacking by 10, or by 20. It'll be funny. That's sort of what I figured. If we had managed to bring a tech specialist on this mission, that could have been very, very nice for them, but unfortunately,
all hostiles are
we just
down
don't have
in
one
the area.
available right now. This time, the assassin wasn't a problem. It was the Hive and bad mod interactions that was really an issue for us. Pure Mischief doing a lot of work at 429 and never missing a shot. 449 is a substantially higher damage number, even though it didn't get any more kills on our Pioneer. Those Frost Chrysalids really just padding the stats on this thing pretty hard. So Dread Mechanism is still not doing great. They haven't killed anyone. They dealt less damage than everyone else. They have maybe the lowest shot accuracy so far, but certainly not great at 2/3. However, this is a massive step up compared to their first mission. Gentle Blade, this is literally not you. This is not you in any... What is this? Shot accuracy, terrible. Overwatch accuracy, terrible. But 4 and 25 is still fine. Let's get you a new photo. My issue with the new photos when you use that is that it puts them in your, like, normal photos, which I don't want them to be. I want it to use headshots. I might have to clear out my entire headshot folder and my mod config to see if I can't get this fixed. I hate this bug. Once again, total halibut, this is not a picture of you. 5 kills and 31 damage is still very solid, decent shot accuracies. Careless Rambler with 3 kills and 12 damage and perfect shot accuracy, really just laying waste to rippers there. I'm going to delete my headshot folder and clear my mod config, because this has gotten very confused about what photos it should be pulling. This is a Mach X propaganda. And Erotic Aardvark doing quite decently on their first and only mission. RIP. Getting back to the Avenger, we got promotions on our Sniper and our Templar. Let's go hand those out. We have a lot of drone and Ripper corpses, a couple normal corpses. Let's head over to Taiga and see what this is all about. We delayed rural checkpoints, got some intel, got a resistance rumor, all of that's very, very nice. 21 intel is actually great because we needed at least 1 intel before, and now we are not at that threshold. Careless Rambler has a fear of missed shots now. My combat supports love giving people bullets, and they hate to see them wasted. It's not fun. We need this infirmary. I gotta, like, hard clear those. I can't afford to bring those on missions. Now, checking out these new autopsies. We've got Hive drone tech, Ripper grenades, and Ripper bombs. We'll see what all of that entails in the future. For now, though, let's go hand out those promotions. On my Templar, quickly recapping myself on what they have. They have sidearm specialists, but no lightning reflexes, and no lightning hands either, so they can't really make too much use of this, and they don't have the one perk I care tremendously about. This is just a rough perk roll for the Templar. Gentle Blade is actually my first biological lieutenant, making it there right behind Fiber Giant. Fuse is a good ability. It's a really good ability. It turns the most dangerous tool in the entire enemy team into an asset for you, and it lets the Templar contribute from range. Like, there's no chance I don't pick this, but what are we skipping over for it? Harden gives you and your nearby ally some shield points. Only if you empower it, though. How much shields? If it gave your allies the 4 shields too instead of just 2, I'd be considering this very seriously. The other ability is Meditate. Meditate, just 2 actions, end your turn, but you jump to 3 energy. And there's a very real argument to, like, buying all 3 of these. You buy Meditate, you buy Fuse, you buy this. I'm always getting Fuse. Meditate is probably worth buying. Harden could be. Like, Harden's very, very strong. If I had a 2 HP shield on Aardvark, they'd be alive. But I feel that's very results-oriented. Very frequently, I would never have found the time to meditate, cluster everyone together, Harden, meditate again to get the power back. Like, that's 4 turns. It's not happening. So next time we send out on a mission, very good chance we get Meditate, but we're probably not buying Harden, as much as I like the idea of it. Pure Mischief making up the Sergeant. They're going to be taking high approach angle. This ability is absolutely insane. When you're at high ground and brace to ignore 50% of the cover from targets beneath you, that's just huge. Efficient targeting is nice, but my job is to shoot them, not set someone else up to shoot them. And Stalker is a really, really strong ability. 10% crit chance against flanked enemies or enemies that can't see you is alright, but the Stalk ability makes them very nearly undetectable. However, it's definitely going to be high approach angle. The sniper's real job on this team is just to shoot people in cover, to kill hard targets that would otherwise be difficult to remove. And that just leaves us with the rookies awaiting promotion, so we're done with that for now. I don't believe there's anything else left for us to do, so we head right back. There's a supply drop available, that's what we're going to be going for. Rookies would be nice, but we're not really able to go for that at the minute. We need the supplies first. I'm trying to think if I needed this money to go on a mission. I'm going to check out Covert Ops since I have 45 supplies.
There were some casualties.
We got 15 ability points as we finish the supply drop from this mission. Very nice. Toxic Tyrant and Stalwart here are no longer rookies. Ignore that, we'll figure it out ourselves. We have exactly 45 supplies. Do we want to buy a rookie for a Covert Op? I actually do not think there are any Covert Ops we particularly care about. So, what next? Let's check out the black market for this month. I don't believe I've done that yet. Let's see what they're interested in and what they have. They want our Lyrium crystals, they want Chrome Dome's corpse, and they want our Viper corpses. Now, funnily enough, I will sell the Chrome Dome's corpse. Normally this would seem like a crazy thing to do, but Frost grenades are just a thing I can build for 60 credits right now. They're not even that good because they do Bitter Frost now instead of Freeze. I don't value Chrome Dome's corpse at all. I'm not giving them my Illyrium crystals, that's outrageous, but I will give them my Viper corpses. I will also give them this basic suppressor, and that's it for now. I'll take the 83 credits and be happy with it. Now, what are you selling? I don't think we have the intel for any of this, honestly. No, we don't have the intel to spare, but we can continue making contact now. That's our #1 priority, just getting this last region up and running. Not this last one, but this third one. And getting the third one is what lets us try to counter all the dark events. Rescue XCOM personnel. Alright. What is this mission? Because it appears to be what we're doing next. Oh, Christ. Biotroop deployment Mach X, huh? The scientist might not be worth it. What do we get for over-infiltrating here? We are not removing anything. Which is important because it means we can't get rid of either of these sit reps. Let's view the squad. It's a 6-man team. They're pretty good. It's 4 sergeants, 2 corporals. We have a combat engineer, an assault, a marine, another combat engineer, a skirmisher, and a sapper that's very aggressive. Is this an affiliated operative? Oh, thank God it's not. It's just a VIP rescue. If this was an affiliated operative with Biotroop deployment and Mach X, I was going to be terrified. This is a scary mission. But at Force Level 6, the really scary stuff from Bio Division really hasn't started spawning yet. Watching this campaign, you might be aware that we haven't really seen that much of Bio Division. And a big part of it is just that Bio Division is a lot less diverse at the low end and the middle level than Frost Legion is. Their weights tend to be pretty similar, but up until this point in the campaign, it's really just been Bio Captains and Bio Troopers. And it's still like that, so I think we're going to see a lot of Bio Captains, Bio Troopers this mission. We aren't too worried about this. And 2 more force levels, we'd be seeing multiple types of assaults and some other stuff probably, and this would be a lot scarier. But right now, I think this just tells us to expect gas grenades. And I think this team that we sent, even though it's only 6, can probably handle it. Mach X is probably the scary part of this, as always, but that's for next time. I've been Rather Coherent. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you're liking the series. If you are, consider liking the video, subscribing, all that stuff. Support me on Patreon if you're an absolute madman. And either way, I'll see you in the next one.